Hello, good afternoon, guys. My name is Mohammed. Welcome to Convenience Brokerage. In this video, I'm explaining to you about the Kingston Insurance Company physical damage insurance policy. Now, this is going to be an interesting topic. For those of you that don't know what this is, basically, if you have a car, if you're doing full coverage, that's what it is. So this policy is for full coverage, but this is closely related to the TLC for FHV vehicle side. If you have a commercial vehicle or personal auto, you'll see that their insurance policy is going to be a little bit different than everything else. So keep that in mind. So this is for FHV vehicle full coverage. So this is basically they will tell you what you're agreeing to, what is excluded, what you're not covered. That's what exclusion means, and what can you some of the optional coverage that they also list that you might have it. So for example, this is they will pay for loss to a covered auto or its equipment under comprehensive coverage for any cause except the covered auto collision with another object or the covered auto overturn. Comprehensive and collision, there's two different things. Comprehensive is something that, let's say for example, is other than collision. So let's say for example, if you're driving and you get hit into something, that's comprehensive. For meaning if you hit a deer, if a rock hits you, anything that you don't collide another car, that's what comprehensive means. The specific causes of loss coverage, this we'll talk about it over here. For example, fire, lightning or explosion, theft, windstorm, hail or earthquake. These are some of the things. Flood, mischief or vandalism, the sinking, burning, collision or defined by any other conveying transportation. These are all part of it as well. Collision coverage caused by the covered auto collision with another object or the covered auto overturn. Now towing, they will talk about towing over here. Now, they will pay for limits shown on the deck page for towing and labor costs incurred each time a covered auto in the private passenger type is involved in a covered auto loss. So, let's say for example, if you get an accident with a covered auto, they will cover your towing. So that's one part about it. However, the labor must be performed at the place of the disablement. The most we will pay for towing coverage is $500 for any one occurrence. So keep that in mind. They will pay about $500 for any one-time fee. Basically, that's what it is. Hitting a bird or animal, falling object, or missiles. Even missiles. Sometimes it happens. If you carry comprehensive coverage for the damaged covered auto, we will pay for the following under comprehensive coverage: loss caused by hitting a bird or animal, and loss caused by falling object or missiles. Number 4, coverage extensions. Transportation expenses. We will pay up to $20 per day to a maximum of $600 for temporary transportation expenses incurred by you because to the total theft of a covered auto of the private passenger type. We will pay only for those covered auto for which you carry either comprehensive or special cause of loss coverage. We will pay for temporary transportation expenses incurred during a period of 48 hours after the theft and ending regardless of the policy expiration when the covered auto is returned to for its loss. So what it means, if your car gets stolen or if it's total damage, up to $600 you're going to pay for transportation expenses. I mean, it's not that great, but still, you're getting something rather than getting nothing. Exclusions. Now, we will not pay for loss caused by resulting from any of the following. Such loss is excluded regardless of any other cause or event that contributes concurrently or in sequence of the loss. Nuclear hazard is one of them. War or military action is one of them. They will not cover this. We will not pay for loss to any covered auto while used in a professional or organization racing or demolition context or stunting activity. So if you're caught in doing any of these activities, you will not be covered. Wear and tear, freezing, mechanical or electrical breakdown is not covered because over time this will get damaged. Blowouts, puncture, or any other road damage to tires, they will not cover it. Again, this is something that's going to happen eventually, so these are something that they will not cover. The exclusion does not apply to such loss resulting from the total theft of a covered auto. We will not pay for loss to any of the following: tapes, record, disc, or any other similar audio, visual, or data electronic device designed for use with audio, visual, or electronic data. Any device designed to use to direct speed measurement equipment such as radar or laser detector or any other jamming apparatus attempting to elude or disrupt speed measurement equipment. Any electronic equipment without regards to whether this equipment is permanently installed that reproduce, receive, or transmit audio, visual, or data signals. But that is all of it. Exclusion 4C and 4D do not apply to equipment designed to be operated solely by the use from the power auto electrical system at the time of the loss is permanently installed and upon the covered auto, removed from the housing when it's permanently installed and upon the covered auto, necessary for the normal operation of the covered auto or the monitor of the auto's operating system. I'm not going to read every part of it. It's going to be a long time, and it's going to be very boring. So I'm just going to go over certain points. Limit of liability. The limit of liability company's liability is if for loss to any one covered auto shall not exceed the least of the following amount: the actual cash value of such covered automobile, or if the loss is to part thereof, the actual cash value of such part at the time of the loss, or what it would then cost to repair or replace such covered automobile or part with a kind of quality deduction depreciate. Now, what that part meant was simple. Let's say, for example, if you have an automobile and if it gets lost or damaged, total damage, they will give you the book value of the car. So let's say you bought the car 10 years ago, it was $50,000, and 5 years from now you got an accident. The car is not going to be valued $50,000. Every year the car is going to be depreciating in value. So they will replace it something similar with that type of car, or they will give you obviously another car to replace it, but it has to be somewhere similar. They will not give you $50,000. They will give you either the book value of the car, whatever the car is worth during that time, that year, or they will replace it with something similar, just like the one you had before. Policy period, temporary purposes. This insurance policy to loss which occur during the policy period when the covered automobile is within the United States of America, its territory to possession of Canada, or is being transported between ports thereof is covered automobile. Now we're going to talk about definitions. Collisions means collision of a covered automobile with another object or with a vehicle which is attached, or upset of such covered automobile. Covered automobile, obviously it's self-explanatory. It means that the automobile is covered. Covered automobile does not include a vehicle owned by or registered in the name of any individual partner or executive officer of the name insured, unless specifically stated otherwise. Diminution is value means that actual or perceived loss in market value or realized value which result from direct or indirect loss. These are some of the key terms that they're explaining. Loss means direct and accidental loss of coverage. Named insured obviously is the person. Private passenger type means a four-wheel vehicle. Taxi obviously is FHV taxi, self-explanatory. Number 6. Now premium. Now they're just going to be explaining some of the key terms. I mean, this is something that a lot of people do know. Premium is something that obviously you pay like whatever insurance is. So let's say if you go to Allstate, you go to State Farm, whatever company you go to, they will tell you the quote. That is what the premium. That they tell you $1,400 a year. That's what your insurance premium is. Basically, that's what premium is. Now, mandatory inspection. Some cars go through mandatory inspection. So that's they're obviously the company's right to do that for especially when the car is a little bit old. So that's mandatory inspection. Recovery of stolen abandoned automobile. Obviously, if in an abandoned automobile to which this policy applies is stolen or abandoned, the company shall have the right to take custody of the automobile for safekeeping when notified of the location of the automobile. So let's say if you bought a car that just found out it was stolen, if they find that out, they can take the car from you. So make sure you know that part. Name insured duties in the event of loss. Obviously, this is something that you need to know as an insurer. What are your duties? What is your responsibilities? These points does explain to it. I'm not gonna go over it. It's too much to go over. So let's do number 7. Now, let me get my paper in my hand. Okay. Now, payment for loss. Now, what is it? With respect to any loss covered by this insurance, the company may pay for loss in money, or may pay for repairs or damaged property, or replace damage to stolen property, or return at the expense as property to the name insured, with payment for any resultant damage thereto. So what does this mean? Making it simple, let's say if you hit another car and then you hit another fence, the company will cover that part. I mean, they will pay for the car, obviously depending on liability, and they will pay for the fence. They're trying to do that part. That's what the payment plan is supposed to be. Appraisal is something that the name insured and the company will agree to the amount of loss, either may within 60 days after proof of loss, bill, demand an appraisal of the loss. In such event, the name insured and the company shall each select a competent appraiser, and the appraiser shall select a competent distributor umpire. For example, you know how some let's say if your car gets hit, if you hit somebody's car and somebody comes in inspection, there's some people that are biased. They don't want to take anything aside, so that's what an appraiser is. They will come, they will see. Sometimes they will make sure that like if everything is correct. So that's what the job of the appraiser is. Action against company. Well, self-explanatory. Other insurance. Again, if you have other insurance, no benefit liability. None of the provision of the insurance shall endure directly to indirectly the benefit according to the belief. Subrogation. Again, in the event of any payment made under this policy, the company shall be segregated to all insurers' right of recovery there against any person, organization, whatever else necessary to secure each right. So what that means basically, let's say for example, if your car gets totaled and you get a replacement car, that total car, you're not going to get it back. That part is going to be company's right to take it. Cancellation. Now, obviously, cancellation is a part. If you have a vehicle, you can cancel the policy by returning to the Kingstone or giving them advance notice of cancellation. It does take 60 days or less, and it's not a renewal continuous policy. They can cancel as by mail as well. They give you 20 days notice. If they do cancel it, they give you 15 days notice for non-payment of premium, conviction of a crime. These are all the listed that they list over here. They can also cancel as well. Number 10, they have the right to believe. When this policy is in effect more than 60 days or is renewal continuous policy, we may cancel only for any of the reasons listed in paragraph B. The ones that we were just reading from last page to over here, they also have a right to cancel the policy as well. Let's see, non-renewal and conditional renewal. If we decide not to renew or continue this policy, we will send notices as provided in paragraph C. If we conditionally renew this policy upon changes in limit, changes in type of coverage, reduction in coverage, increased deductible, these are some of the listed as well. Last page over here, deck page. Now, by accepting this policy, the name insured agrees to the statement in the deck page. Now, the deck page is the main page of the insurance policy. The purpose of the deck page is basically to whichever persons are listed, how many drivers are there. That's what the deck page is supposed to be used for. So keep that in mind. So whoever's added by the deck page, those are going to be the person. Like obviously people are going to be responsible for it. This is basically like for deck page endorsement. The following scheduled distribution shall apply to all policies issued for public livery, private livery, or New York State taxi cab. The depreciation percentage shall be applied to the original cost of the vehicle. 4% per month for the 12 months of the purchase, 3% for second 12 months from the date of purchase, 16% constant for all vehicles over 24 months, and minimum premium is $500. So basically, long story short, that's it. That was the end of the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys learned from it. I know I didn't cover every part of it because it was going to be too long, and I don't want to watch this video for so long. That's why I wanted to cut everything short. I want to go ahead and cover the basic points of it. Thank you guys for watching this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you guys have any other questions, comment, concern, please comment, like, subscribe. I'll try my best on my part to help out as much as possible. Thank you again, guys, for watching this video, and I hope you guys enjoyed it.